next episode of Ask a Furry. I think this is what now? I don't know. I don't remember. Wolf Force here as my morning dew head. As you notice, I'm not wearing my paws this video. If you can't tell by the change of background, if you've been watching my last videos, I'm not at my house, my apartment. I'm at my parents' place, and that means I'm doing this video all alone. My fiance could not come, and so I could not get the camera to turn on while wearing my paws. The pod pads are delightfully squishy, but that makes pressing small buttons on a flat surface kind of difficult. Anyway, this video is a little bit overdue, but not really. You guys actually got me exactly 1 month from my last video. December 12th, I had 10 questions. So I was actually very impressed. That was pretty cool. It was pretty funny. I took a few days because like I said, I got here to my parents' place, 7-hour drive, and then I only just today got my computer back up, so I didn't really have access to the questions because I put them all in a Word document, and it's easier that way. I can actually read it. So without further ado, I'm wasting time. Let's begin. Alright, first question. What's your favorite aspect of the fandom? That would definitely have to be the art. The artwork is... without art, do you really have furries? Think about it. We're all founded on this idea that we like a mythological... or not really mythological. Well, I guess it could be a mythological... I don't know. I don't know about mythology. We're a creature, we like a creature that doesn't exist. Us putting human characteristics to an animal. Animals don't have human characteristics, that's why we do that. That's why we like to separate humans from non-human animals. So I really love looking at artwork. That's what got me into the fandom. I really love costumes. This is beautiful. I highly appreciate the work people make, the work people do. So that's my favorite part, and if that doesn't count, because that's what the fandom is essentially founded upon for the most part, costuming wouldn't actually be my favorite part. I think it's just how accepting people are. I have not personally known anything that was this accepting. People are generally, they're cool with you no matter what. And that's just what I've seen of the furry fandom. I'm sure there's people who aren't accepting. I'm sure there's people who are awful. There's always someone in any fandom that ever exists. And likewise, there's always those amazing people who are like, oh my gosh, this should just be like how every person is in the world. Alright, next question. How much are half suits and where can I get them? Prices are going to range all over the place depending on who you go to. I tell this to people quite often when they ask me where to get things. Just literally go on Google, search where to find fursuit, or search fursuit maker, animal costume maker. There's the big names out there like Beast Cub. Of course, SharpeCostumes, who I will post a link to below this video. Sorry, I have a hair in my mouth. That's always lovely. There's a lot of people out there, and depending on how popular they are, how much their supplies cost, how good their supplies are, how good their work is, prices can go from really cheap to really expensive. You can also look into making your own things. There's a lot of tutorials out there. Again, Google is your friend. I won't be able to tell you anything a quick Google search wouldn't, because that's honestly, if you wanted a full answer, I would just pop on to Google and go, okay, fursuit makers, there's my answer. Do you find it easier to breathe in a resin or foam head? I haven't used this head in anything like a club setting or where I move around a lot. So I don't have that experience yet. But just sitting here and talking to a camera, I'd say it's about the same, really. A resin head, this foam head, the mouth, the muzzle here, this is all padded, whereas a resin head, it would just be this one part, and inside is, I'm pointing to it as if you can see, inside is hollowed out, so you have a little more space. This mask, I would definitely say, is warmer. I had better vision in my resin mask. I don't know if that's just this one in particular or what, or that's common. So easier to breathe, both of them. But if you're talking about like which one gets more stuffy, the resin head, from what I know thus far, since I haven't gotten enough experience in this head, the resin head would get like kind of dewy, like your perspiration when you're talking or breathing, it just gets kind of like the inside of a window if you're breathing on it, like that inside of there. This one hasn't done that to me yet, but this one just definitely feels warmer on my face. Like I'm wondering, I might take off my jacket. But otherwise, breathing-wise, they're about the same. You breathe out of the mouth. The resin one, I had holes in the nose, but they didn't make too much of a difference. It probably helped with air circulation, but I didn't notice much of a difference. All right, this one, I'm kind of cheating and combining 2 questions and still counting them as one each, but they're basically the same question as far as I can tell. So, what is your opinion on otherkin? And the next question is, what do you think about people who say or think they are animals stuck in human bodies? Now, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I believe people who think they're an animal in a human body are otherkin. I mean, otherkin, they could also be like a spiritually thing, or they feel a certain aspect of them is more animal than human. Not necessarily that they are just an animal in their entirety and they're not human at all. Like, it could just be certain parts of their personality or certain parts of their physiological being or whatever. Personally, I'm not too big into it. I don't have much of an opinion. My whole aspect on life is, you know, if this is what makes you happy, if this is what you believe, then that's your thing, and I have my own thing. I'm personally not an otherkin. So, my opinion as an otherkin is that's their deal, and I personally don't believe in it that much. When I was younger, I used to play make-believe games all the time. I would always pretend I was an animal, usually like a horse or a dog or a wolf, even when I was like little, like, I don't know, 7? I don't remember. Like, all my life I've done that. That's why I'm a furry now. And, yeah, so I went through a stage where I was like, oh, I believe I actually am an animal trapped in a human body. So I'm not going to lie, I do kind of see it as an immaturity thing, but I know there's people who are way more mature than I am who also believe in this. So it's not just that's my personal stigma because that's my relationship with it. That's my past history with it. So if these people believe that that's what they are, then who knows? I wouldn't know. They don't know. We'll never know. And nothing I can do about that. Alright, so which do you prefer more, cats or dogs? I'm definitely a big dog person. I became allergic to cats before I became allergic to dogs, so that also plays in part. But I love an animal that wants to be with you, that doesn't mind following orders. Maybe I'm just a control freak, and dogs just look adorable. I mean, kittens are adorable too, and I loved my cat, don't get me wrong, but I like dogs more. I just do. Cats, they're kind of like, oh, you're here. Okay. Dogs are like, oh my gosh, you're here. Oh, I'm so excited. I love you. I like that. I like an animal. It makes me feel loved. Alright. Is the person you're engaged to a furry? That's actually pretty funny that came up. He's not at all a furry. I joke about it all the time, like, oh, I should dress you up, or I should convert you. But then he's just like, oh, okay. I'm like, no, you're not a furry. It doesn't count. You'd be like a fake furry, and that's just weird. So, no, he's not a furry. He doesn't mind me dressing him up, though. He puts up with so much. I love this man. Alright. Look at that hair again. Sorry. Number 8. How do I determine what my persona is, and how do I incorporate it into my life without letting creepers get the best of me? Now, I talked to this person already a little bit, but for everyone else who's kind of on that same edge, determining your persona, there's so many ways you can go about it. You can just design characters one day and go, oh, I like that one. You could sit there and think, okay, what animal best embodies me? What do I think I am? Or, what do I think I would be if I was an animal? You can also just go, well, I literally like this animal, so I'm going to choose that. Or, hey, this would make a cool persona. Or you can make up an animal. Determining your persona, that's really just a matter of personal choice. And, I have multiple personas because it's a hard choice to make. This is my main persona. She's stuck with me, I don't even know how long now. But like I have a cat fursona, I have a wolf, fox, cat, canine thing. I don't even know what it is. An it. I have an it, and I've tried to make other personas. Like I've tried to replace Morning Dew because I'm like, well, as cool as wolf dogs are, I'm probably not one, and oh, they're so overdone. I should be more original, and I couldn't think of anything, so I'm an original. And what was the other part? How do I incorporate it into my life without letting creepers get the best of me? I personally don't deal with many creepers. I've done just fine. I go on DeviantArt. I don't really go on Fursuit. I know that has, and you can not view it, but it has more inappropriate content. And just don't go to the weird side of YouTube. I don't know. I've never had the weird, creepy parts. I've also never been to a furry con. I have a very good possibility of going to Further Confusion in January. If anybody's gonna be there, look for me. I'll say hi. I won't know who you are probably, but I'll get excited anyway. And yeah, just it's pretty easy to avoid the creepers. Just don't go on the weird parts of the internet. Just like any other fandom or any other, just being on the internet. Okay, number 9. What personas have you found to be less common? The person who commented this, their persona was a mole, and that is, or I think it was a mole. If I said I'm wrong, I'm very sorry. I'm being a jerk, but that was the most unique one I've ever seen. I know I've seen some really unique ones. I just can't think of it right now. Like, I don't know, like armadillos. My mind's drawing a blank. The person who commented this question was the most unique persona I've ever heard of. Now, there's people who do make really unique personas. Like, I know one of my friends, I don't know if he's ever going to watch this, but he harps on like, oh, you have a wolf dog, oh, the canines are so overdone, and like was telling your friend, oh, don't make a large cat. Girls do large cats all the time. I don't know if that's what he said exactly. I don't remember, but basically he harps on, oh, well, people do this one all the time, do something more unique and original. So, I can't think of a less common one, I'm sorry. And last question. Will you wear your secondary Fursona fursuit in your future Ask a Furry videos? When I get it, yes, I definitely will. I contacted the person, they're almost done with it, but not quite. They just have to do some finishing touches. So when I get that, sure, I'll do a video on that. I'll probably make other videos just showing it off because I'm a big show off, I suppose. Yeah, I guess it'll probably depend on, I kind of feel like this is me, like this is a representation of me. Not like I am this, but this is me. That makes sense. If you know what I'm trying to say, you get what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm not as connected with my other persona, and I don't have like, as if I'm wearing them right now, I don't have accessories. I don't have a tail and paws that I'm not going to wear in the video and you're not going to see anyway. I'll bring it in future videos, just for you. Unless you don't want to see it, in which case tell me. Anyway, this video is like, what, 13 minutes. I'm so sorry. I'm such a chatterbox. So if you've stuck through this long and you want to ask me a question, or you just fast forward it to the end, go ahead and leave a question in the comment section below. I obviously won't answer certain personal questions, but otherwise I'll answer your questions honestly and to the best of my abilities. As you saw in this video, if you watched all of it, if I don't know an answer, or if I can't think of anything, you'll find out. And thank you. Again, I will post another video in either a month, providing I get questions, or after I've received 10 questions. I might have to drop that down because these videos are getting very long. I'm very sorry. Alright, thank you guys. I love answering your questions. Can't wait to see the new ones. Have a great day. Happy holidays. It's that time of year. And